Well, the coldest is behind us. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still here with your Thursday morning web forecast, and from here on out, we'll increase our temperatures each day as we go on through the upcoming weekend. It was a frosty, cold start. In fact, the coldest start we've had thus far this season for us here in Eastern Carolina this morning. We're warming things up, though. As I said, each day is a little bit warmer than the next, and finally by the weekend, just in time for all the Christmas parades, we're going to be way above normal as far as temperatures are concerned. In fact, I'll have that Christmas parade forecast coming your way here in just a couple minutes. Here is where we started off this morning. 24 in Ahoskie, 26 in Kinston, 27 in Jacksonville, 28 in Morehead City. Yeah, first time that the beach has been below that freezing mark, starting off in the early morning hours. Sunny but chilly for this afternoon. Light and variable winds, so we're not going to have the wind like we did yesterday, and a little bit warmer than yesterday as well. Low to mid 50s for the day today. Greenville, we didn't get out of the mid-40s yesterday, so it is a little bit better. Could be a little bit of patchy, freezing fog, possible in some spots overnight tonight. Clear and cold temperatures. We'll see temps, deep inland spots, upper 20s yet again. I think the beaches, though, will stay into the mid-30s. And then as we go on through the day tomorrow, sunshine, seasonal temperatures will return. Look for highs back into the upper 50s and low 60s. Again, this is closer to where we should be for this time of year. 63 is technically average. And you'll notice the low this morning, 25, that just missed setting the record for today's date by 2 degrees. So we were within record territory for lows out the door for this morning. Here's part of the reason why: big high pressure that is in control of our weather. Clear skies basically east of the Mississippi River once you get south of the Ohio Valley. Now all the action is out to the west here. As I always say, when we have nice weather here in the eastern portion of the United States, there's going to be bad weather somewhere, and that's further out on the west coast. A series of 3 storms are going to be moving through. One's coming through Montana and the South Dakotas right now as we speak. Number 2 coming onshore, and number 3 still out on the Pacific Ocean. It's going to be the third one that will eventually, middle of next week, affect us, but it's also going to give them, by the end of this weekend going into early next week along the west coast, especially Northern California, a foot of rain possible. So that is going to be the big weather story on the west coast as we go on through this weekend into early next week with all the rain and the mudslides and the damage. Meanwhile, it all has to depend on which way the wind is blowing as far as the jet stream is concerned. That is going to be bringing us the nice weather here. You'll notice future track with the jet stream does show a little weak disturbance riding through here. You can kind of see it. It was over here Thursday. It's over here on Friday, kind of riding through. These little weak short waves are going to come riding through the jet stream here and maybe induce a few clouds from time to time. But you'll notice by the time we go into Saturday, we've got the upper level ridge starting to build. All the cold air is bundled up across southern Canada, and that allows the warm air to spread eastbound out of the southern plains, and that upper level ridge really holds tight as we go on through this weekend into the first part of next week. Now, here we'll stop at early Tuesday morning, and you see the next trough coming in. This is going to be that storm that arrives on the west coast this weekend. This is going to eventually knock this ridge down and bring us back out of the unseasonably warm temperatures that are going to be into the low to mid 70s by early next week. You'll see what I'm talking about here. We'll just watch the march of the warmth. Remember what the jet stream looked like? All the cold air bottled up in southern Canada. Meanwhile, we're into the low 60s for tomorrow. Mid to upper 60s in here for Saturday, knocking on that 70-degree door as we head in through Sunday, and into the mid-70s as we go into the Monday. But you will notice that colder air does start coming down out of southern Canada as we head on in through Tuesday, and then it'll knock us back closer to normal as we go on into the middle of next week with the rainfall in here. Notice future track, that upper level ridge. Notice the wind arrows showing the southerly flow as the high slides off the coast. There's some of those upper level disturbances riding through at the jet stream level. And you will also notice a little bit more moisture coming in on the backside of this high through the Tennessee Valley as we go on in through this weekend with the return flow coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. But it looks like that's going to stay mainly west of the mountains. And notice future track does show some of those high clouds possibly getting involved in our forecast as we go in through Saturday, but not really anticipating much in the way of action as far as that is concerned. Hey, we've got a lot of holiday Christmas parades taking place this weekend. Maybe you're thinking about headed down to Beaufort for the Christmas parade. That'll kick off around 3:30 on Saturday. Look for unseasonably warm temperatures into the mid-60s at that point. Also, Anna and myself are going to be in Washington for the Christmas parade at 11 o'clock on Saturday. Wes and Val are going to be in Greenville for the holiday parade. Just a few of those clouds around. Temps in the morning hours warming up in through the 50s. And then West and Val are going to truck down to New Bern for their New Bern Holiday Parade taking place on Saturday as well in the afternoon. Look for temperatures that'll be into the 60s. And one other stop, we'll take a look at the forecast for Plymouth and Washington County. Look for a high temperature into the 60s by the afternoon, but into the upper 50s once the parade does step off Saturday morning. So planning forecast does show beautiful weather. Again, each day a little bit warmer than the next here for us, and those 70s coming our way as we go into early next week. Next chance of rainfall really not coming until we get into the middle of next week with that front moving its way on through. And another thing Anna and I are doing tomorrow night, if you want to stop down in downtown New Bern, we're going to be hosting and emceeing the official tree lighting ceremony in downtown New Bern. So stop down, look for mild temperatures. We'll only be dropping back through the 50s as we go on through the evening hours. Have yourself a good Thursday. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still.